So hey guys, my name's Michelle. I don't normally do this. Don't claim to be an expert with all this devices, computers, cameras. I mean, I'm good at it, but I'm not an expert. I don't know why this lighting makes me look like I have a beard, but I don't. I swear I don't. I'm not a man. Anyway, so I'm making this video today because I want to inform some other people because I'm a nurse practitioner. That's what we do. I just recently graduated and I wanted to tell you about my experience. I'm gonna log on my computer because I have some pricing on here that I need to see to inform you guys. Another thing about me, if I start making more of these videos, I have A.D.D. really bad. My eyebrows are never symmetrical. My face is never symmetrical because I never can do one side of my makeup, and then by the time I put all the effort into this side, I'm like, and then I just give up on the other side. So yeah, I'm the nurse practitioner with A.D.D. but I'm still good at what I do. But anyway, so I wanted to talk to you guys though about something that I did. Since I recently graduated, I consider myself an entrepreneur because I'm always trying to separate myself from the employee world. I don't want to be an employee my whole life. So, you know, I'm always looking for avenues of making money, side jobs, things like that. No, this really isn't an avenue to make money either. I don't know if you can make money off of this, but that's not the reason. This is really to educate you guys. I really like teaching and I like being involved in other people's lives, and I like helping other people out. Like if I have a mistake and I've made a mistake, I want you to know about it so that you don't have to repeat that mistake and we don't have to have a life of just these continuous mistakes. That's what life is all about, is teaching somebody else what we've learned. So my clinical pearl for today. I began to find some interest in the aesthetics, aesthetic medicine. I figured it would be a good supplemental income and something that would kind of give me flexibility, I guess, in my career. So I decided to start looking for some of these courses for aesthetics, and I searched like a lot of them. There was a couple of them. One was the National Laser Institute, and I called them. It was $15,000, and I had to go out there and pay for my housing. It was definitely out of my budget. So I found one that was more in my budget, and that was the Empire Medical Training. And when I signed up for it, I was kind of worried because there's different memberships. There's 3 tiers of memberships for them, and they have lower level, which is the platinum, and that has, you can choose out of all of their courses that they offer, and you have an unlimited amount of up to 25 that you can go to. So I shouldn't say unlimited, but you can go to various courses that they have, and they have a chart there that tells you which ones you can go to with that specific membership. And then the next one up was for pain management. That really didn't interest me, so I didn't really think that that was an avenue that I wanted to take. And then there is the highest level, which is the diamond membership, and you could do both the pain management and the aesthetics. So I chose the lower level because I'm poor, so that worked for me, and it was $3,499. I definitely was gagging as I was putting in my information to pay for that. Regardless, I paid for it. So I went to my first class. I wish somebody would have told me that I needed to be a little bit more informed on this type of practice before I went here, because as I understood it, this was a beginner course, which it definitely wasn't. So I went to this course and brought my guinea pig with me. You don't have to, but I did. They do suggest it, but they will find various people around the hotel that they will take to try to do botox. And unfortunately for the people that didn't have their patient brought with them, the majority of these people that they got as volunteers couldn't really speak English, and the majority of the class couldn't speak Spanish. So yeah, as you could probably imagine how that went. So we did this Botox training and also the filler training. I did the 3-day course. I went all the way to Fort Lauderdale, and it was a really long drive, and the hotel that this took place at was not nice at all. Not a good hotel, very dirty. Just, I would recommend that you stay at another hotel. So that's definitely one of the negative aspects of it. A lot of the instructors were very educated people. It seemed that they were local people who had their own practices, or and they partnered with this program. You know, a lot of the instructors that were there, I believe one was from like Texas or something, and one was from that area, Miami. And so when we got there, I was a little disappointed by, I'm going to show you, the book that they gave us. They made it sound like it was really going to be like an actual bound book that was, well, it was bound, so I shouldn't say that. It was, did have a nice little setup here, but it was just PowerPoints. They read me PowerPoints for 6 hours of my life. Do you know what that's like? Reading PowerPoints to somebody. I can read. I don't need you to read me the PowerPoints. Like, I want to know what you've done. I want to know the bad things that you've done. I want to learn from that. I want to learn from the good things. I want to learn from how you're making money. I want to know that stuff. I don't need you to read me a book or PowerPoints. I already went through that. Enough of that in school. I don't need it. So, not very thrilled with that. Second of all, the organization was terrible. Absolutely terrible. From the minute you get there, it's just, oh my gosh, it was just really, really unorganized. We had, all the stuff was set up in one room, so at the later half of the day is when you're doing the hands-on, and the hands-on was everybody sharing a little sharps container, like the little ones that they have in, like, I don't know, dummy labs, and like, I don't even remember how many people there were, like 15 people. Oh, and then to make it even better, it was like very segregated down the middle of nurse practitioners, nurses, very few nurses, mostly from out of state, where it's okay for them to inject. Not here in Florida though, God forbid. And then this side, oh, then you had the pathologist. What are you doing here? Why is there a pathologist here? Anyway, a couple dentists scattered in there, orthopedic, couple of just general medicine. I mean, really weird. Really strange dynamics. Very motley crew. Only way I can describe it. They asked a million questions in the beginning too about where we were, what we were doing. Like, I don't really care to know what everybody else is doing. It wasn't like they tailored it specifically to our needs. So, but I don't want to say anything about the instructors, because a lot of the instructors were very good. I can't remember her name, but there was the female instructor was excellent. She was just, I just feel like you should have had some basic knowledge, or maybe you should have done this. It's more like a refresher course. It would be an excellent refresher course. But for somebody like me, entry level into this, that is like novice, it's not really something that I would recommend. I don't know. I guess you would have to spend a little bit more money and go do the 7-day course that's $15,000. So with the hands-on though, it was very unorganized. I ended up sitting there waiting because apparently they don't really tell you what you're supposed to be doing. And so we're sitting there and, you know, you have all your product and your botulinum toxin. So I was under the impression I could just go inject. I'm an expert now. I took your course, right? So I'm like sitting there putting the needle in his face, my test subject who I brought. And he's just like, yeah, go to town, sure. And she came over and she's like, you can't do that, not until I sign you off. Well, a little more information would have been nice. So whatever, he's walking around with Botox in his face now. He's fine. Look, he doesn't have any eyelid ptosis. His eyes are both upright. Like, he looks good to me. This stuff was so diluted down anyway. It didn't even do anything. I waited for like a week. I kept texting him, oh, does your face look good now? Anything happen? No, nothing. Disappointing. Anyway, I did do the filler course though. That I did see. I guess that can't really be diluted down. So the fillers were really good. I'm like choking. My mouth is so dry. The fillers course was good. I did the fillers on him, and you know, the only thing that was like terrifying is that you're in this class and they're telling you, which is good. I mean, thank God, like they don't sit you in there and tell you that everything is safe and you're good to go. Like, no, they're not doing that. They're saying, you know, this is what could happen. This is some of the terrible pictures that they put in there of like scared me to death. I don't even know if I want to do it. They're saying, oh, you can have necrosis and lose your nose. I don't want to do that. No, freaking me out. So, but it was really good for supplementing your practice, or like I said, if it's a refresher course or something for somebody like that. I just don't know if I got out of it what I thought I would have gotten out of it for a beginner. I guess before you go, if you're going to do it, just make sure that you're doing, I would dedicate at least a week or two of just understanding all of the products, because they don't really get into detail about the different types of products. They do tell you which manufacturers though will be more helpful in your smaller practice, which is really nice. Like I did appreciate that. But they don't really go over, like once in a while I have to sit down and really start reading over it, because they give you this flow chart of like your fillers, which I don't know if you can see that, but it has all the different types of fillers, like the Juvederm, Restylane, you know, and the Juvederm Bellatero, things like that, which is really helpful. But you really need to go over your material before you go there if you really want to get the most for your money, because if you want to repeat the course out of your designated amount of times that you can take a course, you have to pay extra if it's a repeat course with them. So it's not like you can keep going back to the same course and getting your education out of it. And I've priced a couple that are around, they're like $1,200 for just to go to one class for another company. So it doesn't really make sense to pay again for me. Another downfall is like once you get out, I don't think that they tell you really about how competitive it is. A lot of places aren't going to hire you without experience. Well, I don't know where you're supposed to get experience from when you're brand new. It's almost like you need to start working for a practice and then convince them to supplement this into their practice, which then you're making them money, not yourself money. Hopefully, you know, the dynamics of things change, but not right now. In Florida, as of right now, you have to have a collaborating with a either plastic surgeon or a dermatologist. And with that, like, they don't allow dentists anymore. No primary care really. So all those people that were even taking that course from Florida aren't even aware that they really are able to even inject without a doctor having a collaborating, because according to the statutes, that's kind of how it's interpreted. And I had an attorney interpret it for me, because I'm not an attorney, and he said the same thing. I mean, it's so vague and so risky just to start up your own thing, because you run the risk of being shut down by the state or fined by the state, and that's the way that they really are going to keep it, I feel like, for a while in Florida, because you know, this is Florida. This is the aging capital. This is where the elderly are, and they're trying not to age, so they enjoy doing this aesthetic medicine, and it's big right now. And I really project 2018 to be huge for the aesthetic market. And if you want to get in, you know, you have to be top of your game. So if you're looking to be top of your game and fresh out like I am, I think that maybe you can contact another company you know, unless you were interested in the other anti-aging, which that's what's great about this Empire Medical, is that they offer just a wide variety of anti-aging and aesthetics and pain management, PRP, like just so many things that it's hard to even say no to them for the price. I mean, but unfortunately, like, you have to do a lot of your own education on the outside. And I'm not saying anything bad about them. Like, they're okay. It's just that for what I was looking for, I guess I was a little disappointed. And if anybody else was going to do the same thing, like, I just wouldn't want you to be disappointed as well. But other than that, so that's that. Sorry about my ADD tangents. They go everywhere when I'm trying to stay focused. But I'll probably have some more of these videos. If you have any questions or you want to ask me anything, you can feel free to email me. I'm going to put that down below. And, you know, anything I can help you with, any legal matters. I am eventually going to have somebody that's going to be joining for some videos, just the legal matters. So anything I can do for fellow nurse practitioners, you know, I'll help with, and maybe vice versa.